Yes, sir, and good evening everybody, and welcome. Tier 2 racing in the USA Circuit of the Americas. With me this evening, special guest, Aaron X Hunt, joining us from Tier 1 as well. Good evening, Aaron. Yeah, thanks for making some time and joining us. Just trying to see, we've got a few guys out on track. Let me just get some telemetry up here as well. Okay, all good. Okay, so looks like we have Zubair out first on track. Seems like everyone is opting for the soft tyre. No one is saving up a soft for Q2. And yeah, hopefully we can manage to get some inside info on the weather as well. Let's see there, so Zubair actually invalidated, so I think next up will be Reino. Oh, goes wide as well. But Reino, yeah, I think Reino's internet is very bad, glitching a lot. Quickly give me a second and I can just quickly check.
My voice being shared. Alright, so let's get into it, Ron. Let's see what these guys are doing in Q1 and see who's going to be knocked out. It's only 15 guys, I suppose.
Yeah, so just checking up on the stream, everything is sorted there, so yeah, everyone will be able to hear you now. If we can just get a comment just to see and
yeah, I think it's working.
Yeah.
Right, okay, who's out? Who's out on a fast one here? Let's see. So we've got fastest of 133.5 here from Mr. Shuby. Christopher's down to 134. I'm expecting Bull to be at 132 something, you know. Looking at the warm up times from some of these guys.
Yeah, and there's a few guys that, as you said, should be on top already. So the Alfa Romeo guys just starting or carrying on where they left off last week. Starting with Dan in sector 2. Yeah, that first sector is it's a very difficult sector. The ace paints there. If you struggle through one or two of them.
Do we know if we're having a dry race, wet race? What's the update for the weather?
Yeah, still waiting for our feedback from the drivers. Hopefully they will give that to us very soon. Just sitting with Dan, going into sector 2, almost into sector 3 now. 104 flat. Can't compare that to other people because I haven't seen their sector times yet. But yeah, sector 3, very slow sector, trying to hit the apexes on all those slow corners and a long sweeping right hander. Try and hug it as Dan
look,
does.
If you're a guy starting in third or second, what you're going to be doing is looking for that turn 1, just to look at that apex and maybe get the run on the guy in front of you. I started here last night and I got 4 overtakes on that corner, and quite frankly, that is, you know, it's a big opportunity. Some of these guys are going to run wide because they're going to think turn 1's probably going to be chaotic. So I think they've got to look out for that for sure.
Yeah, also with the tires being cold, they're going to steamroll into turn 1, so most of them will probably go a bit deep into turn 1. So like you say, have a look on the inside. That might be the opportunity to gain a few places.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. I'm looking, I think, yeah, Stoffel's going to head into the pits. Mr. Pickavane is off track at the moment. Christopher in pits. I believe Reino the Maino, I think he's on a fast lap at the moment. Or he might start one.
I'm just trying to see that. So Christopher Avis, has he retired in the pits? I think he has. Yeah, I think he has. Because only 15 drivers, so all of them will go through.
Right, is Dan on a fast? Is he going to duck into the pits after this? I can't really tell, but he is going full throttle.
Yeah, he is up by a 10th. So he still might be going to see if he can improve his lap. And yeah, the soft tyre, not the ideal race tyre on this track.
Yeah, look, you don't want to start in the softs.
Yeah, tyre
You're going
doesn't
to be
last
dropping
at
off
all.
within, your pit window is substantially decreased. If it was up to me, start on the mediums. Try and work them for about 12 laps or so if you're going for a two-stopper. And softs, you're going to duck into the pits within the first 7-8 laps. You don't want that.
Yeah, also depending on how many laps you put on them in Q2. That's the other issue as well.
Yeah, that's also true. And most of these guys, they tend to do 2 runs. Vamp up the field a little bit, see where the night gets you. But if you condition yourself enough to do that 1 lap, fair enough. Put some more tire wear in the race.
So I see that Weza has chosen, he's opted for the medium, sitting in the pits now, so he's saving up a few softs. So it looks like he will start on the he wants to start on the soft tyre for the race, which is a bit strange.
That might be a good idea. If he's got track position and he can build out a little bit of a gap, stay clear of the traffic, that might be a good idea. I'm interested to see what pole position will be on this track for Tier 2.
Yeah, see, I don't know the speeds of the guys on this track. We know who our usual contenders are at the front. But I know that we've got a new guy in this evening, Torzi 98, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And then obviously Reino, he's a quick guy, the 2 Alfa Romeo guys. We've got Divebomb, we've got Stoffel. So there's a few guys that can pull off a good lap in Q3.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sorry, I had just checking the stream there if my voice is working. What you want to do is definitely have that upper hand in tire wear. This is a track that is extremely difficult when it comes to the softs, getting you through for that crucial first few laps, being there that there's no safety car coming out. All that wouldn't really give you an example of an advantage that you're not going to have either way. You want to start in the mediums. Safety car comes out, you're going to have track position. Guys in the softs are going to box you. I started on the hards last night, and by the time everybody did their pit stops, I came out in first place, and it just goes to show that the undercut is extremely strong here if you're going long. So
yeah,
definitely you want to be on that good tire. You want to be on that thick tire. You don't want to have degradation eating you up in the first few. You always risk the possibility of spinning out too early, or it's just an extra stress as a driver you don't want on yourself for sure.
Yeah, so Wes just started his lap on the mediums, and I see that Pat has also joined the lobby, so there's a few guys that actually retired a bit too soon, I think, so some guys might be in trouble there. I thought they were going through. Okay, so Wes invalidated in the S's in Sector 1 as well.
Yeah, he's going to have to put on a time, just to get that banker on there, see what he's got, what he can do for himself. Going into Q2 and you haven't set a time, you're definitely going to have a big dent in your confidence when it comes to that. and you know, you're not going to know your pace, you're going to stress about penalties. It's just not the right foot you want to start this race on.
Yeah, so there we can see
another
16.
retirement.
So, yeah, so the top 4, they all retired from the session, but we know...
You know what you're going to see right now, we're going to have, you're going to have Thorzy, Zubair, Patman and Wes. They're all going to go out on a little scrub now. And, you know, based on these guys, you know, Zubair's probably going to put a good time on there. Pat's definitely going to set a time now. You know, he's in the pits. He's got 5 minutes left. And there's one guy being here that's going to get knocked out. So let's see what's going to happen. Hopefully, one of these guys haven't. Right, so Pat's gone out at the moment. But as I was going to say, hopefully we don't have one of these guys chilling on their couch watching some Netflix because they think they're going to go through to Q2. You know, it's going to be a train smash.
Yeah, and that's what I just... so it looks like also Reino, I think he crashed out. Sitting in P15 with a time of a 34.3. So I think he lost it somewhere, which I actually missed now.
I'm actually... so there's Sector 2... First sector, Sector 2, Sector 1 is a yellow at the moment. I'm not sure what's going on there, but I think it's just Zubair going slow.
Yeah, I think it's just Zubair with a slow down lap. Maybe he's run out of fuel. So yeah, just to have a quick look at the championship at this stage. So we've got Darbom in P1, and he is sitting on 143 points with Stoffel right behind him, only 10-11 points back from Darbom. So these two, they're going to have a big... Yeah, sure. So these two, they've been having a scuffle the whole season. Just to see, even down in P5 and 6, Alan and Zubair, only 2 points separating them as well. So plenty up for grabs in the championship, but yeah, we still got a long way to go. I think it's about almost 9-10 tracks left for the season, 19 races, so it's still a long time to go.
Right, so here we go with Pat. He's just started his lap now, so let's see what he's going to do. Looking at his first sector, coming up to the first apex here. Just nearly misses that apex, a little bit slow on the throttle, but he gets through here. Hugging the inside, going to the outside, turn 3 and 4.
Missed the apex a little bit there. Yeah, they set up nicely. Yeah, very difficult corner, that one there. You can lose the back end so quickly there.
You know, I can see Pat's driving very conservative here. He knows he doesn't have enough time to set 2 more laps, so what he's doing is putting all his eggs in one basket here. And just going to play the safe game to get through to Q2. So let's look at the Sector 2 time.
I think Sector 2 should be around 104 flat. That was, yeah, it needs a 103.5.
He's done a 103.5.
Yeah.
It's not too bad, that's not too shabby at all.
Drifting it nicely through that right-hander there.
Catches the rear, you're right.
Now
coming down to the last 2. Yeah, there we go. Hugs the apex, keeps it clean on the throttle quite late, but nonetheless, because the apex does not invalidate his lap. Let's see what he does.
Yeah.
Puts it into P5 respectively. He's going through to Q2.
Yeah, very good lap.
So now we've got one guy in the pits here. Is that Thorzy in Atari is not set a time yet.
Yeah, but it looked like he was in and out of the session, so he might have some internet issues as well, which is a pity. His first race.
Unfortunately, Pat's used. Is this his first race with DRS?
Yeah. Yeah, so new guy to the league, so yeah, unfortunately, he's gonna miss out. Only 1 minute and 20 seconds left, so not enough time to go out and put up a lap as well.
So Zubair's just left the session, you know, let's just give him another invite.
Yeah, so I think that will be that for Q1 as well.
I'm quite excited to see what these guys are going to do for Q2 and Q3, what the tyre choices will be now. As you guys know, if you're watching the stream, you want to be starting on the tyre that you're comfortable with first of all, and you will be starting on the tyre for the race with the tyre you qualify in Q2 with. So, like I said to Ruan a bit earlier, you don't really want to go for those softs, but you know, competition's tough out here. We're definitely going to see some of the guys say, gosh, I don't know if I'm going to make it to Q3, let me put on those softs and just hope for the best.
Yeah, just trying to get some feedback from the guys concerning the weather. We still haven't. Maybe they just don't want to let us know.
Well, I tell you, based on the times, you know, in the top 5, I think these guys are running a dry setup. To be fair, I haven't seen a lot of wheel spin. Some of these guys might choose a wet setup to get to do the differential, and you know. What you're doing then is just wearing your tyres out. You don't want to be doing that in Q1.
So it looks like from the info I received, it's going to be sunny and dry. No rain predicted for the race.
That is a first for the USA here. How many times have you guys had a wet race here in DRS? Now, I know the last season there was a wet race for Tier 2. I watched back on some of the footage to check out the stream.
Yeah. No, yeah, it is very often that you get weather not raceable, yeah. So yeah, I think the guys are going to take it. Dry weather, they're not going to complain about it.
Right, so it just looks all fairly simple, straightforward. We've got Wes, conserving his soft, so I believe he's going to do a soft strategy for the start. And you can't really make a lot of predictions on Q1 here. These guys are not really running at full pace, so let's see what Q2 brings us.
Yeah, so luckily Zube has joined the lobby again. Yeah, it's unfortunate we're having issues, and it's been going on like that for the past 3-4 weeks with the guys' internet. And yeah, let's hope the guys get it sorted. We've had lobby restarts, which is not nice. So yeah, like you say, I'm sure we're gonna have a few guys on the medium now.
Right, so none of them have gone out yet. What are these guys gonna do in regards to the pit strategy? Let's see, we've got Harvey's on the mediums, J-Boy on the mediums, they're all still in the garage. We've got Stoffel on the mediums, Alan's going for the mediums, Pat and Dan finishing off with the mediums, rest of the guys need to be on soft.
Yeah, so Pat out first on a set of mediums.
Alan's going out second.
Yeah, so the two horses following each other line of stern I see on the map.
I would like to see what these guys are going to do in regards of, there being a team order coming into play here. I noticed you and Ruan, you guys tend to, in quali, one of the guys goes out a little bit later, gives the other guy a tow, just to ensure that little extra straight line speed when it comes to setting a time in Q3.
And the thing on USA, that long straight, you can gain a lot if you get some help from a teammate.
Especially, exactly right now, these guys definitely are running very high downforce for the straight, so that's a very crucial, a lot of time to be made up on that straight.
A few tens they can score, because like you say, if you're running a high downforce for all your slower corners, you're going to be a sitting duck on the straight. So if you can help your teammate out with a bit of a tow, it's just going to help him to gain a few tenths as well.
Definitely.
So let's just see. So Pat coming around the last corner now. So let me sit with him, monitor his sector times. If you can have a look at the two horse boys, I see they are still very close to each other, so I'm sure they're going to help each other out there.
Right, so what have we got for Dan on these mediums? What is he going to do? Are you having a look at Stoffel?
I'm sitting with Pet. He's out first on track, so 26 flat in sector 1. We just go to one of the horses quickly. Harvey with a 25.8, so he's already up 2 tenths. But I think he's going to give Alan a big toe. Oh, and has Alan lost it? No, just falls it back.
We still have some of these guys, you know, looking at the... you know, it looks like half of them are going for softs, half are going for medium, so it's going to be quite interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be... And the guys on the mediums, so they will probably be jumped from the guys on the softs, which will probably trigger them to go into the pits and even fit a set of softs themselves.
For sure, you know, I would like to not waste any time, and, you know, just do that from the way beginning if you know you're not going to have the pace on the mediums.
Yeah. That's a bit coming into the last corner, hitting the apex nicely. On the throttle, and it's a 35.5. Yeah, he lost some time there. Harvey invalidated. Let's just jump to Ellen.
So J-Boy is heading up to the last few corners. I think he's on a hot lap. Actually, I'm not sure. 133.6 for Mr. Avis.
That's an Upmar coming up through next. It looks like he lost some time on this lap. Yeah, that's going to be a 39.4. Yeah, he probably lost some time.
I'm going to have a look at Shubi. He's out on the softs. He's going to start his hot lap after a few more corners. So let's have a look at what this guy can do on the softs. I think that's probably going to be a good banker from Christopher's 133.6.
Yeah, that should be. I think he should be safe with that as well. No need to go for another lap and just wear the tires out, so I think he should be fine.
Yeah, if you're planning on doing a one lap on you know, on the tires that you're on, you want to burn some of that fuel and just hold down that accelerator with a brake. Just dump some of that fuel before you start your lap. You'd be surprised, a tenth or two you really could be safe on a track like this.
Yeah, and that can, at the end of the day, that tenth or two will determine if you're going to go through or not.
That's correct. That's correct. But the majority of these guys are on the medium, so we're definitely going to see some guys duck into the pits for sure.
Yeah, so Christopher, yeah, he's ducking into the pits. So he's had enough on that. Pat has finished his second lap, which he actually improved. So he's sitting with 2 laps on those mediums as well.
Alright, so it looks like Shubi's about to start his lap. Let's see what he's going to duck in for those first few corners.
Yeah, see, and like I said, Christopher, he's already retired from the session. He should be good with that time.
He's happy. He is not risking anything right now. He's going to stay in there, run the long game, wait for the next qualifying session.
Yeah, good lap from J-Boy
really
as well. Coming over with a 34.4 on the medium. Puts him into P2 at this stage.
Alright, that's also good. I think that's a good banker lap for the guys on the mediums. 132, 134, maybe a low 134 even. And I'm looking at Shubi right now. He's abandoned his hot lap. I think he ran wide in the S's. But that is going to cost him some time away for sure.
Yeah, Stoffel, he actually invalidated 2 laps now, so he's ducking into the pits on those mediums. He's probably going to grab a set of softs now and not waste time.
You know, and this is what I was talking about earlier. You know, you don't want to go on the tire. You want to be confident in whatever you're going to start. Because now these guys got even more pressure on them. They're going to be doing this lap knowing that it's their only chance that they have to go through Q3. And unfortunately, that's the pressure they got to do when it comes to Q2. want to get through there. And if you're going to be pressuring yourself, it's definitely not a good foot. You're going to be on the back foot, for sure.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you're saying, you're just putting so much more pressure on yourself to get that perfect lap to go through if you can't get a banker. And yeah, you're on a tyre that you didn't want to be on in the first place. So let's just see, Pickavane in sector 2 with a 104.5 on the medium. So it's only like almost a second down of what we had in Q1 compared to the softs.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. Seems right.
That seems to be on
I think
par.
Shuby, he is going for another lap. Looks like he put enough fuel in his car. About to start that lap. I wish he warmed up his tyres a bit.
So Pickavane crossing the line with a 36 flat. You see, if you look at the times on the medium from pad down, then you appreciate the lap that Jabo actually put down.
Yeah, for sure. Coming down to the S's, Shuby looks good so far. Keeping a tight line, very great stuff from here, this guy. Let's see if he's put it in purple sector so far. Approaching a very tricky corner where the guys usually spin out, but he keeps it neat and tidy. He goes down, hugs the inside, stays outside. Watch out for the traffic. Brakes at third. Alright, that's perfect. Let's go. Down on the straight now. This is where you're going to see the top speed these guys are getting. When you're going to see a downforce setup here, or these guys are going to go to the maximum speed. It looks like he's got. Looks like he's prioritizing some top speed here.
Yeah, because it looks like he was reaching 313, so I think that's more or less an average type of setup there.
Purple sector for number 2.
Ooh,
goes a bit wide, invalidates his lap. That is going to cost him. He's going to go into the pits now. He's going to have to sacrifice another set of softs here, which is what he doesn't want to do.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. He was on such a good lap. Purple sectors all over the show, so sitting with his teammate Zubair, also in sector 1 now, also opted for the soft purple sector 1 for him.
Alright, Alpha boys are looking quite strong here. Let's see if he can keep the lap together better than his teammate. Starts braking just before the 50 meter. Does not hit the apex, but he still gets a good exit.
Missed it a little bit. And not going to compromise his lap by much.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you want to avoid hitting some apexes on some of these tracks. You know, just going to throw out the rear. I couldn't see what he was doing for top speed, but I don't think it's as much as his teammate.
I actually forgot to have a look just to compare these two, but...
He's got a top. He's got a purple sector for sector 2. Let's see if he can keep it together. It's looking good right now. It's looking like a 133. Very big tank slapper there.
Yeah.
I see these guys are lifting here around that corner.
Yeah, which means the setup is not downforced too much, because you're actually supposed to go flat out, even on the softs. Yeah.
Yes, alright. He does 133.5. Should be happy with that.
And Wezo with a
goes fastest with a 133.2.
Yeah, good lap.
Right.
Good lap by Wes as well. So Stoffel putting himself under pressure, and he pops into P3 as well with a 33.6. On the soft.
Alright.
So just to see,
so right now, this moment, got Harvey who still needs to set a lap.
And he just ducked into the pits. So he ducked 3.5 minutes left, so he might have enough time to grab a set of softs and get in one lap. So Upmar out, Allen out, and Shuby, all of them on out laps. So you see, this is where the issue is coming in for the guys, like from about Pickavane downwards. These guys
you're in the danger zone.
You're in the danger zone now, yeah. All of the guys below you opted for the soft now, so let's see, they all
so
in the pits.
So Dive-Bomb's just gone for the softs. So Dive-Bomb put on a set of softs. What is he going to do? Is he going to go out again?
Because if Shubi improves, Upmar improves, and Alan improves, he might just drop down to P10, so he will still more or less be safe. And yeah,
so Alan's doing another hot lap. Alan's going out on the mediums again. He says he's confident. He says he's going to get a Q through. He's going to go to Q3 with those sets of mediums. So let's see what he's going to do. He's got a better that time. He's in 10th at the moment.
And his teammate Harvey coming out of the pits with mediums as well. So he's got confidence in those mediums.
These guys are going to be finessing a lap now, trying to put that confidence in the medium tyre. He says this is the tyre I want to...
Yeah.
Oh, and he invalidates it.
Oh. So that's one less for Bomb to worry about.
Yeah, well, you know what, Harvey, if you're... so Alan, if he's listening to the stream right now, you know, if he's going to be starting outside of the top 10, I would definitely snap on a set of bars.
Yeah, and maybe go for a lap and help. Yeah, and helping his teammate on his hot lap as well. So
punching the air, punching a hole in that air, you know, it's crucial. You got to get a tenth or two down that straight for sure.
So sitting with Upmar, he's up by almost 4 tenths in sector 1. So this is going to improve a lot, but he needs to improve by at least 2.5 seconds. That's what he at least needs to improve by. Ah, hits the apex nicely there, going onto the back straight. DR is wide open. Yeah, there we go. Let's just have a look at his speed. Coming down 3:13, so it's more or less the same as what Shubi had.
Yeah, he should be happy with that. Is he on a hot lap at the moment? So we've got Pickabane still out on track. Buck here, let's see what he's going to do. He's putting that Red Bull, you know, he's out on these softs now. He slapped on a new set of tyres. He thinks he's not going to get to Q2, to Q3 on the old tyres. So
is he sitting right behind Upmar on track?
That's right.
Yeah, so he's only got 10 seconds left. Is he going to make it?
I'm not sure, but I think Dive-Bomb actually is still on a lap now.
So Pickavane just makes it with 2 seconds to spare. He's on his hot lap.
You know what? If I were these guys now, and you know there's nobody else out on track, abandon your lap immediately. Yeah. You don't want to risk. Dive-Bomb is about to finish his lap, but you know.
I see. Alan is off on his time by 1.3 seconds, so he's not going to jump and gain time.
So 2 purple sectors for Dive-Bomb.
Yeah,
doesn't look like he's abandoning the lap.
Oh, yeah, if I was him, I would just maybe abandon it now.
Going through that sector flat. He's not lifting at all. He's very confident in the setup.
And he ducks into the pits. Yeah. So I'm sure his teammate was on the headset to him there telling him that the guys below.
One of these, if you're watching the stream and you're outside of the top 10, do consider starting on these hards. You know, they do come into play once these softs fall off, and you know, you're going to outrun the guys on the mediums at some point. So just bear it in mind. Maybe hit that front wing, you know, one setting higher, and you know, try run a long race. You know, some of these guys have put 2 laps on their softs, if not have used them in the previous qualifying. So you're definitely going to want to check if you can alter that race strategy.
Yeah, so Upmar, the last guy out on track. Yeah, he's ducking into the pits. He's happy with P13 there. He knows that he can opt for a free tyre choice.
See Mr. DJ Willis on the stream here saying, "Let's go boys, hashtag Team Haas." Got some supporters out there for these guys tonight.
Yeah, no, our usual Haas supporters, Nicholas, DJ Wills, all of them. There's no tier 2 night that passed with them not joining. So thanks again guys for joining. Thanks for the support. Unfortunately, you lost one of your drivers, Alan. He's not making it through, but Harvey is going through. So
yeah, you know, it's going to be an interesting one to see. So for the first guys running us off here, we got you know, the top 5 starting on the softs here. Top 6 to number 10, we've got mediums. So,
so mixed
quite
bag.
interesting to see.
Mixed bag of tyre choices there.
Yeah,
and
you know, like I said, I definitely think some of these guys would consider going for the hards. You know, this is a track, it's so aggressive on your tyre wear, you know, and especially if you want to keep your speed going to do those S's, you know, if you're a guy who's prioritized high downforce, you're not going to tend to go slow around these corners, so you're going to see some of these guys definitely checking out the strategy now. Maybe it's not what they practiced, but you know, you don't have a choice.
So yeah, into Q3, and now we in the big business end, if you can say it like that.
This is the Scrabble. This is what I like to call the gulag of F1. You're either going to make it or you're not going to make it.
Yeah, well said. First time I've heard that, but yeah, well said.
Yeah, well, we'll see what these guys are going to come out with.
Yeah, so let's see who's going to pull the trigger first. Who wants that clean air? It looks like this.
Tell me, Ron, have you got any information what these guys did last time around in Q3? You know, the previous race here, I wasn't actually looking on the stream, but I do have the positions here based on what they did last time around. And you know, looking at some of these guys here, you can see who needs to be in Q3 and who's missing here based on just a little bit of assessment. But I'm looking for a 32, a 32.3 maybe, you know, 32.3. Yeah, I think that's going to be a pole lap. What do you think, Ron?
Yeah, I think yeah, if we're going to have a look at mid 32s might take it for you. But with the track evolution as well, so we might see a low 32. If I'm going to look at the guys coming through, from what we've seen Q1, Q2, I might put my money on Wezo. I think he looked like he was standing out a bit in Q1 and 2. So I think I might just put my money on him.
Alright, well, let's see what Mr. Wes can pull out the back here. You know, I think a very strong point for you know, Justin, Mr. Dive Bomb. This guy's got race pace. You know, he's very confident in his races. I haven't looked at the Tier 2 races very closely yet, but you know, he's a guy who tends to pull something out during the race. Now Stoffel, you know, like you say, this guy's going to do pretty much everything he can to stop him. Although, you know, he got Dive Bomb, his teammate here, Mr. Pat. He's in the mix here.
Yeah, so he could also play a part. Yeah.
Exactly, right? So these guys are going to want to get ahead of the teammate. You know, you don't want somebody else holding you up. Of course, it's not what they want to do during the race, but he's got no support in Q3 here, and I can guarantee you this guy's going to get it. He's going to go for pole. He's definitely going to go for pole.
So Christopher Avis, first guy out on track, already invalidated in sector 1. It looks like Dive Bomb might be up next. Sitting with him, let's just sit with him on the back straight. He hits the apex nicely. Ooh, a little bit of a tank slap on the exit. But let's just see the speed coming down to the end of the straight here. Yeah, he's running a lot less downforce. 318 k's an hour, so he's running less downforce here. So if he's in the lead, the guys are going to struggle to catch him on the straights.
Yeah, that's right. You know, Dive Bomb, he's putting in sector 2 purple here, so keeping the car straight, coming out of the corners, minimizing the wheel spin, hitting the apex. Let's see what he does here. Does he go flat out? He goes flat out.
Yeah, flat
takes
out.
A great line. Maybe kisses the corner here, kisses the apex, keeps it straight. And this is not an invalidation. Oh, there we go. That was close. Woo.
Yeah. 33.7.
133.7.
So let's just see. I think Stoffel is up next. Stoffel coming over 33.1.
133.1. Wow, well done, well done.
Yeah, so J-Boy starting, he actually invalidated his lap Pat starting his lap as well. So Wezo into the last corner. Let's see what... 32.8.
Well
as I predicted, he's already high 32s, so... Didn't have a look at his lap, so I'm not sure if it was a clean lap. But in the 32s we are in, so...
Looking at the stream here, we've got, like you guys say, Amina saying, let's go Team Alpha, Shubi for pole.
Yeah, so let's see, Shubi still, he's hanging back in the pits. I'm not sure... Zubair coming across, so he's going to start. He actually invalidated his first lap.
Maybe Shubi's waiting for some track temperature, track evolution, playing the long game, yeah. It does look like Dive Bomb is on another lap, but I'm not sure if he's just racing to get to the pits.
Yeah,
ducks into the pits.
Yeah.
That's where I got my my fair share of
your mishap.
There.
Yeah, your mishap.
Yes, I'll tell you. Yeah.
Yeah, that pit entry is a bit. It's a difficult pit entry. Not gonna lie.
Ek het 'n plaas gekoop.
Say Williki af. So Pat into the last corner, gets a nice clean exit. 34.3 puts him into P7 at this stage.
Right, okay. Well, I expect Stoffel to go out again. I would be disappointed if he doesn't. You know, this guy's definitely gunning for track position here. But, you know, like I said earlier, turn 1 is a very big opportunity. We're not saying dive bomb or anything, but if you get a good spot to the guy in front of you, in their space, go for it, you know.
Yeah, so he's already one up on dive bomb championship wise. He's sitting in P2, dive bomb all the way down in P6, so he's almost got one up on Justin, yeah.
So Wes is comfortable. He's staying in the pits. He's not retired or anything. So you know, he's kind of he's playing a mind game here, saying, what's Stoffel going to do? What's Vickerveen doing? Are these guys going to go out again? Are they going to put another lap on? I don't want to use this last set of softs, guys. Come on, you know, you want to keep this for a safety car.
Yeah. So Zubair in trouble as well. He's into sector 3 but ran out of fuel, so he's in lean mode, crawling back to the pits and has not posted the time as well.
He's pushed it into limp mode.
Yeah, so that is unfortunate for him. I was just trying to see time wise where we're sitting at with the session.
Yeah, look, I don't think it's done. I think fair game. You know, Stoffel's out on another lap again. He's saying, look, I think I've got another tenth or two in here. Guys, come on. Thanks for warming up the track for me, but I think I'll take it from here.
Yeah, like you say, he's not going to hang back. He's definitely going to give everything. He's got a good banker lap in, so might as well take a risk or two on this lap now.
I still think that P3 and P4 and P5 is up for grabs, given that one of these guys are going to go and sacrifice another pair of softs. You know, put the boots on, put another lap on, you might be surprised.
Okay, so Shubi warming up his tyres nicely into the last corner, so he has not posted a time, so he definitely wants to put up a time now and not put the pressure on him, because I'm sure there's not going to be enough time for another stop. Yeah, 4 minutes left.
It's not the position. It's not the position you want to be in. To have that only one lap, you know you have to set a time. But if you can handle the pressure, you go for it.
Now runs a bit deep there, compromises his exit. Purple sector 1.
Got purple sector for now.
Yeah, so that might be his personal best. Runs wide, but luckily doesn't invalidate. Yo, all 4 wheels were off the track there. Yeah, the wheels was.
If he gets bowled, somebody's going to protest that.
So onto the back straight here. Few lights flashing already, so this is going to be touch and go for him.
I think he's going to finish the lap for sure. He's not prioritised top speed. He's only running a 3.13, so I think this guy is going for the long stint here, putting this car in the mix here. Let's see what he can do.
102.7 sector 2 time, that is quick. He was sitting at mid 103s earlier. Yeah.
Wes is going out again. Wes says
so
he's not happy. He feels at risk. He's slapping on another pair of boots and he's going to do it.
So let's say, Shubi, you're going to disappoint us here, or you're going to make your fans happy. Let's see, coming across a 33.1
Second place.
Good lap. A good. I'm going to say that it was a good lap under pressure.
I think he could have done better. I think he put it on for the circumstances. He did just fine. But I think if it was up to him, he would have done another lap or so.
Yeah, so Stoffel actually backed out. Looks like he had an issue on that lap of his.
You know what? I think maybe he might be burning some fuel. We never know. So let's see if has he got enough time.
Struggling to see the time here with this yellow sectors in the way.
Yeah, I think he's got enough time.
Okay, just to see. So I think that's Pat.
Yeah, you know, he was going fairly slow. He was conservative. He's conservative with his fuel. I think he's going to put another lap on. His tyres will be. He's not. He's taking to the pits.
Oh, so that's going to be that for Stoffel. So he might
Stoffel
drop.
says that's all I can do for the night chance.
He might drop a few places here if the guys behind him.
Mr. Pick's out on his lap still. Let's see what he's going to do.
Let's just see. So where's he's coming around the last corner as well to start his lap. Just trying to see Christopher Avis. So Christopher Avis up by 1.5 tenths. So that might jump
He says,
him.
I'm going to show you.
Yeah. Ooh, gets a little bit of a tank slapper there. Runs a bit wide. Yeah, that's going to compromise his lap. Yeah, he lost a lot of time in that last two corners
you know,
there.
He could have put Stoffel down in P4 for sure.
So see, dive bomb coming across the line, 33 flat. He just pips Shubi there, but still not in reach of Wes.
I'm quite surprised. You know, for Stoffel, this now, damn, I wish I put that last lap on there. You know, he's starting behind dive bomb now, which is the last thing he wants to do.
Oh,
puts it on pole.
Never throw away the Alfa Romeo.
But it's not over yet. We've got Wes going out on that fast lap still, and there's quite frankly nobody else is going to be able to put another time on. So let's see what Wes is going to do. We've got less than 20 milliseconds.
And Javi pips him.
Whoa!
Look at the gaps at the front. It is very close.
Scrap here.
Yeah, that was a very good lap from Javi as well. Let me just jump to Wes quickly. Wes is down half a second, so he's not going to improve.
Oh dear, you know,
He
that's
made
it for
a
Wes, he
mistake.
says, guys.
Yeah,
I'll
he's
put down the
ducking
gloves
into the
here.
pits.
Wow, look at that, hey. I mean, I wasn't even looking at Javi's hot lap here.
No,
Gosh,
no.
It's quite close, you know, you look at the top three, you know, you've got less than a tenth separating these guys.
Yeah, even all the way down to, it's to Stoffel. Only 3 tenths back. Down in P6. So dive bomb up by almost one and a half. Let's just see dive bomb. Oh, improves by 2 tenths. And yeah. And you can just see how far Stoffel actually dropped down by not putting up any times in the last stint here.
Yeah, you know what? And he's dropped down into P8, and
he might drop down more because Pat is up by almost 2 tenths. So Pat needs to improve a bit more.
And this is. Let's see what Pat's going to do. What's he going to do? Is he putting down pressure onto Stoffel? I don't know.
Let's just see. Codemasters playing some games here with us.
Yeah, they've got so many tricks up there up their sleeve.
So
who's going to be the Joker tonight?
Oh, so Stoffel did
improve
not.
On his time.
But yeah, if you look first to 9th, almost 4.5 tenths.
You know,
that's very close. But the gap
so,
at
you
the
know, if
front.
I was Stoffel, yeah, you know, we've got Javi on pole here. You know, 23 milliseconds over 54 over 76 for the top 4 here. You know, that's very close. This is quite close, and you know, I'm quite disappointed for Stoffel. You know, this is definitely not where he wanted to start, and you know, it's going to be a tricky one for him to get back those positions, and you know, he's going to have some traffic for sure.
Yeah, but you're Harvey surprising us all with a great lap there at the end, under pressure.
Yeah, so we had on the stream a bit earlier with the hashtag Team Haas. You know, it looks like they're paying off.
Yeah, and yeah, unfortunately, he was the only Haas driver going through to Q3, but keeping the Haas name up high there. So let's see the guys choosing their strategies now, race tires, fuel loads, everything like that. Let's see how many of the guys out of the top 15, or let's see how many of them will opt for the hard tire. I know we both did last night, so
yeah,
I think that,
well, it paid off.
It was the right choice. It was the right choice. So
it might be compromising the strategy a bit, but you know, you are undercutting most of these guys running on the softs. You know, so I've got a two-stop strategy prediction here for the guys in the mediums. You know, maybe go to another soft, or you know, might surprise yourself, go from the mediums to the hards, but you don't really want to do that, right? Because it's probably always going to be a safety car.
It's only Dutchman opting for the hard tire. That is very strange to see. That is very strange to see. That just Dutchman.
Yeah, you know, I think he's going to profit from that, to be honest. But if he stays out of trouble.
But the thing is, we know this is Tier 2 racing, and we get a lot of safety cars. So
yeah,
that might have maybe just had a thought on him. But
well,
let's see.
If he can keep those tires up to temperature, you know, those softs, those hard tires, they eventually become mediums, you know. So he might be in for a big surprise come, you know, the guys in front of him are on softs. And I think if there's a safety car, most of these guys on softs are going to jump in and he's going to stay up.
Yeah, so Harvey actually in prime spot. Also, he is on the medium, starting on pole. If he can manage to keep that gap between him and Zubair for maybe the first 3-4 laps, I think he should be all okay, because then those softs will be starting to drop off.
Yeah.
And even Wezo, he also might be in trouble if he doesn't gain the positions early in the race.
Definitely. These guys seem to be keeping it clean on the formation lap. Nobody's starting on cold tires tonight.
Yeah, it's good to see the guys giving each other a bit more space on the formation lap. Usually by this time, there's like 4 guys standing on the grid.
Hey, don't give them a commentator's curse here, bro.
Waiting for the pack to catch up here. So it looks like Torzi has not been able to join the session again. So
yeah,
that is unfortunate.
I see his car's ghosting. He's ghosting, so you know that's going to cause an issue for guys when they want to look to overtake this guy. It's always distracting, you know.
Yeah, it is a bit frustrating, especially under safety car when he's in between yourself and the guy in front. You can't overtake him, so
yeah.
You have to wait for that starting line before you can overtake him, and by then, and by then the guy at the front is already 2 seconds ahead. But yeah, I'm gonna sit with Harvey at the front, yeah, just to have a.
Yeah, I'm quite impressed. I must say, I'm quite impressed with that tonight.
So hopefully, Codemasters will give us. Yeah, hopefully they will give us a better view. So
I want to stay. I want to stay on Wes here. You know, I've got a view of Dive Bomb in front of me as well, and I want to see what Wes is going to do. Now, Wes, if you're listening, look for that gap. Zubair is probably going to want to fend off Dive Bomb, and if there's a space, buddy, go for it.
Yeah, so last guy's forming up on the grid.
Here we go, run, take us out. Do the 5 lines for us. Let's do this.
So let's see. That's if Codemasters allows us to do that now. Oh, we're sitting and hanging again, so we might. Hopefully, we're not going to have an issue. Yeah. Yeah, that's the frustrating part again.
What are they saying? Is there anybody hanging on their side?
So we'll quickly just having a look to see who the culprit is.
I've got my money on that AlphaTauri. Yeah, this is always frustrating as a driver. You know, when you're in this position, you're looking at that group chat. Before you know it, those lights go out, and you know, Bob's your uncle. You've missed out on 4 places.
Yeah, so they're just saying it doesn't show who's hanging in the lobby, so that is very strange. Yeah, that is very strange to see, so I assume we might have to do a custom grid quickly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so maybe let's just give it 30 seconds if it doesn't rectify itself.
Just give me a second, I'm going to pray quickly. Yeah, look, I don't think this problem is going to solve itself.
No.
I think probably best to let these guys know we're going to be doing a custom grid. Well, everybody on the stream watching, we apologise for this inconvenience, but there's usually a culprit out there.
Yeah,
looking at the guys who are ghosted.
Yeah, so let's go out and then yeah, so and by the meantime we'll just quickly pause the stream and then we will be back up and running again.
BRB.
BRB.
Have you paused the stream, bud?